Hi, John with etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at some rear suspension enhancements. We're talking about SumoSprings, and we've installed them on our 2022 Toyota Sienna. Okay, so just to get some baseline numbers of the Toyota Sienna and how the SumoSprings are going to affect either the squat or the ride quality. We've got our Toyota here, and we have 250 pounds on our cargo carrier. And what we did notice is once we got it loaded up, we dropped 3/4 of an inch. So we have 3/4 of an inch of squat in the rear of the minivan here. This is a fairly decent number for the Toyota. Our hitch is rated at a 300-pound tongue weight, so we just kept it just at 250 just to kind of get some results out of the suspension here. So we're going to get this thing pulled in the shop. We're going to get our SumoSprings on, and then we'll come back out here and do the same thing. Now, to begin our installation, we need to get the van up in the air so that the axles are hanging. That's going to allow the coil springs to expand so we have a gap, because that's where we're going to be installing the SumoSprings. We have it up on a lift here, but you can do this at home. Just get a floor jack or whatever and lift the car up. SumoSprings recommends you could take the tire off if you want. I don't think it's necessary on these Toyotas. This is going to be a pretty easy installation. First thing you want to grab is some shop towels and some soapy water, and we're going to clean the coil spring, get all the dirt and grease off of it. So these are our SumoSprings. They're going to be split, and you're going to have a top and a bottom. There's going to be a groove on either side of these. If we take a look at them, one of the grooves is going to be cut deeper than the other one. The one that's deeper is the bottom side, so just keep that in mind when we go up to the coil spring to install it. We can take our soapy water, and we're just going to wet these down a little bit. That'll help. And then we're going to take the bottom here, and we're going to feed these in. You can see this big gap over here on the springs in the Toyota, and I'll try to keep my hand out of the way here, but we're just going to feed these onto the springs and then work your way around. So that's essentially snapped on right here. SumoSprings recommends putting them in the center, so we're going to back this up a little bit to put the gap over here. And we're going to have no overlap. These are going to ride almost flush with each other. And that's really it to the installation. You just go ahead and repeat this on the other side. So we got the other side up. Obviously, installation's fairly easy, so what can you expect from these SumoSprings? Well, these are my pick because unlike airbags, these things are maintenance-free. They're made out of a microcellular closed foam. They're going to be chemical resistant. They're going to be oil resistant. You don't have to worry about them. Once you get these installed, you're done. And they're going to provide you additional support. They're not going to increase the load carrying capacity of your van, but you know, when you load it full of people, if you've got the cargo rack like we got out there that we have loaded up, or even if you're towing a trailer, they're going to support the van's ride. Even when it's empty, you shouldn't expect a rougher ride out of these. These are really a good pick for the van. So we're back out. We've got our SumoSprings installed. We have the same amount of weight, which is 250 pounds, sitting on the tongue of our hitch. Now, just installing the SumoSprings did raise the ride height just a little bit, only by 1/4 of an inch though, so that's nothing really to take hold of. What is neat though is with the same amount of weight, 250 pounds, it only sank the back of the van a 1/2 inch. So even loaded down right now, we're at 31.5, and that's only a 1/4 inch below the stock empty ride height of our Toyota. So not only can you expect that you're going to have additional support when you're going down the road, hitting bumps, side to side roll, but it's going to help a lot with the squat in your van, even if you're just loading up with people. So this is why this is my choice. They're maintenance free, they're easy to install, and they're effective. And that'll do it for today's look at the installation and some of the features of SumoSprings rear axle enhancement on our 2022 Toyota Sienna.